Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yeah, Shivani Mataji.
वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धु एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। अनंत कोटि वैष्णवृंद की जय। नवचार दास ठाकुर जी की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I welcome you all to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call for today's mid-morning session. Thank you all so much for joining. This is Shivani from Ashburn, Virginia. Let us move to the next part of the session. Today's class will be given by Her Grace Priti Vilasini Mataji on Sri Caitanya Bhagavat Antya Kanda 2.324 to verse 367. May I know who will have joined this morning?
Hare Krishna Shivani Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to Gauranga. My humble obeisance to all the assembled devotees on the call. This is Harita from Missouri City, Texas, Mataji. Vinita Gandharki Mataji, that was very nice recitation of Bhagavad Gita Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Harita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. Thank you so much for joining and giving a beautiful association. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranamam, glory to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baitul.
Hare Krishna, Neetu Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. Thank you for joining on regular basis. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago, Illinois.
Hare Krishna, Yaswamati Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. Thank you so much for joining. All glories to your services, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. Thank you so much for joining our glorious your services and the beautiful Bhagavad Gita recitation. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anybody else who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavad Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharajas and all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Kirti Dasundri Dasi. Thank you Vinita Mataji for the beautiful recitation, and thank you Shivani Mataji for all your services.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Kirti Sundari Mataji, thank you for giving me this opportunity to serve you all. Very, very grateful. All glories to your services. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Uma from Portland, Oregon. Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, very beautiful chanting of Bhagavad Gita. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Uma Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisance. Jai Shri Prabhupada, this is Priti Vilasini Devidasi from Atlanta.
Hare Krishna, Priti Vilasini Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. All glories to your services, Mataji. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to serve you all. Waiting eagerly to hear from you. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Anita Ramya from Sharjah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. All glories to your services, Mataji. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Once again, I welcome you all to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. I would like to start by sharing a quote by Srila Prabhupada ji. It doesn't matter whether there is increase of population, but if the people are unfaithful, they must be punished with starvation. That is God's will. Stockholm, September 10th, 1973. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are very fortunate to have Her Grace Priti Vilasini Mataji to enlighten us on the Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antya Kanda, verse 2.324 to verse 367. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Priti Vilasini Mataji, thank you for giving your valuable time and association. Waiting eagerly to hear from you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. I now hand over the call to you. Please take over, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for your warm welcoming. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining us today in our Caitanya Bhagavat reading. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं कृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरम् नमामो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैता गदाधार श्रीवसादि गौरभक्तवृन्दा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे आजानुलम्बितभुजौ कनकावदातौ सङ्कीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायदाक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ जयति जयति देव कृष्णचैतन्यचन्द्रो जयति जयति कीर्तिस्तस्य नित्या पवित्रा जयति जयति प्रत्यस्तस्य विश्वेश्वमूर्तिर्जयति जयति नृत्यं तस्य सर्वप्रियाणाम्. We are in Antya Kanda. This is chapter 2 and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is on his way to Jagannath Puri. So while going to Jagannath Puri, he makes a stop at different places at different temples. And specifically, past 3-4 classes, we are seeing this particular temple that is called as the Lingaraj Bhuvaneshwar temple. Very famous temple in Odisha, one of the most ancient temples in Odisha. And if someone is from Orissa, I'm sure they have enough stories to talk about the glories of this particular temple. And past 2-3 sessions, we have already been seeing about the glories of this temple. There was a huge purport that was covered yesterday in yesterday's Monday's class about this temple, day before yesterday's class about this temple, 10-page purport about the glories of this Lingaraj temple in Bhuvaneshwar. It's also called as the main Bhuvaneshwar temple. It is also called as Ekamraka Vana. That is where the temple is situated, and it is in the outskirts of Jagannath Puri. So we saw so many glories about this temple. The purport had extremely well chalked out details by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, not only about the different deities enshrined within this temple, but also about the history of this temple. Who were the kings who built this temple? Who ruled at that time? Who was in charge of the prashadam, who was in charge of the organizing the events, who was in charge of taking care of the logistics, like that. Everything to this minute as detail was given in the purport that we saw on Monday. Now, in Tuesday, yesterday, Ramgiridhari Prabhu, he started telling us the story of this temple. But then the verses, the story goes on for about 50-60 verses. So Prabhuji just covered a tiny fragment of it, and he said that today we will be covering the entire story in detail. So that is our schedule for today. What we will be doing is we'll try to cover the story of this very beautiful temple that is there in Odisha, And those who are from this place must be able to relate very nicely to the story that we are going to see. So we'll start from 315. Actually, today's verse begins with 323 or something, but I will do a quick recap from 315 because it entails the storytelling of this place. So we'll see from 315. से स्थान शिव पाइले न ये नमते से कथा कही स्कंद पुराणे रमते. I will now narrate the Skanda Puran description of how Shiva came to this place. So Shiva, he comes to this temple of Bhuvaneshwar, and how he came to this place is mentioned in the Skanda Puran. And who's telling this? Chaitanya Bhagavat is telling the story from Skanda Puran. काशी मध्ये पूर्वे शिव पार्वती सहिते आचीला अनेक काला परम निभृते. Shiva and Parvati had previously lived for a very long time in a solitary place at Kashi. So originally, Shiva and Parvati's location, their place of residence within this earth, was in Kashi. They like to stay in Kashi. So, but what happened? They left Kashi. So let's see why they left Kashi. ताबे गौरी सह शिव गेले न कालिदासा नर राजे गणे काशी करय विलासा. Then Shiva went to Kailash with Gauri and the human kings began to rule Kashi. So initially Shiva and Parvati were in Kashi. They were very happily living in a solitary place, but then the human kings came and took over. So Shiva and Parvati shifted their location to Kailash. They went to Kailash in this earth. Now, who are the kings who were ruling there? So let's see, who are these kings and what happened? There was one particular prominent king by the name Kashi Raja. Kashi Raj's story we have seen in Srimad Bhagavatam. So let's see that. Tabe Kashi Raja name hoila ek raja Kashi pura bhoga kare kari Shiva puja. There was one king by the name Kashiraj who worshipped Shiva as he enjoyed the opulence of Kashi. So he knew that the Lord of Kashi is Shiva. So this particular Kashiraj was a great worshipper of Lord Shiva, and he was also ruling the kingdom. But then Daiveya Shika Khala Pasha Lagile Tohare Ugra Tape Shiva Puje Krishna Jini Bhare. By providence, he became bound by the ropes of time and began worshipping Shiva through severe austerities so that he could defeat Krishna in the battle. Okay. So this particular section of Kashi Raja worshipping Lord Shiva so that he could defeat Krishna in a battle. How did this story come up? This story is written in the Srimad Bhagavatam in chapter 66, 10th canto, and this story is related to the story of Paundraka Vasudeva. So you all know the story of Paundrak Vasdev. He was an impostor and he was trying to be Krishna, and he sent a challenge to Krishna's assembly, saying that, oh Krishna, you give up your identification as Vasudeva because now I am the Vasudeva. I have the Sudarshan Chakra and the Panchajanya, not you. You give up your weapons and surrender to me. So this was a note that was sent to Ugrasen's palace where Krishna was residing in Dwaraka. And Krishna and his friends, they started laughing. They were like, who's this joker? And later, there was a war that ensued between Paundraka Vasudeva and Krishna. So in that war, Paundraka was killed by the Sudarshan Chakra of Sri Krishna. And he was accompanied by his friend Kashiraj. Now this was Kashiraj senior, okay? Kashiraj junior's name is Sudakshina. Now senior Kashiraj, he was killed by the Sudarshan Chakra of Sri Krishna, and Krishna also killed Paundraka Vasudeva. So both of them were killed. Now junior Kashiraj, Sudakshina, he got very upset. He got very angry and he started worshipping Lord Shiva. And according to the Srimad Bhagavatam that is mentioned in this particular purport that was already covered yesterday, what happened was this Sudakshina, he did a yajna in black magic basically. It is a Dakshagni Yajna. From that, he created a Kritya. Kritya is like a, an evil spirit kind of a thing. So he created that, and that particular fiery demon, he emerged from the fire. He was holding a Trishul, and he was given the task of going and killing Sri Krishna and the entire Dwaraka. So that particular fiery demon, he charged towards Dwaraka, and when he came towards Dwaraka, all the Dwarakavasis got very scared. But Krishna was in a game of chess with his queens, and he very casually he sent Sudarshan. So Sudarshan immediately went behind this fiery demon, and Sudarshan burned down not only the fiery demon but also the priest who had initiated the yajna, and it also destroyed this. Sudakshina was responsible for starting the yajna. Now, after everything was destroyed, Sudarshan didn't stop there. What did Sudarshan do? He went ahead and he destroyed the entire Kashi. He burned down Kashi into ashes, and he gifted this heap of ashes as a gift to Lord Shiva. Okay. So after worshipping this Dakshinagni Abhichara ritual, at the end of it, instead of Krishna being destroyed, Sudakshina, who had started this ritual, got destroyed, and the entire Kashi got burned down. Now, why did Kashi have to get burned down? So commentators say that it is because not only was Kashi Raja, the senior Kashi Raj, against Krishna because he had teamed up with Paundraka, he was against Krishna. Junior Kashi Raj, who Sudakshina, he was also against Krishna simply because his father was killed by Krishna. That is the reason he worshipped Mahadev, and he desired to have great powers, and he wanted to kill Krishna. This was Junior Kashi Raj's idea. Now, the people, the citizens who were there were also supportive of their king. Okay. So, when Sudarshan went back, Sudarshan didn't stop with just the offender who had started the Dakshinagni fire and the Abhichara ritual, but Sudarshan decided that everybody here is supporting an unrighteous king, and it went ahead and it started destroying the entire place. So, entire Kashi was burned down. Okay. Now, in the purport that we read yesterday, day before yesterday, that was given by Chakravarti Prabhu on Monday. Monday, we saw a 10-page purport. In that, there is one particular mention of a story from Kapila Samhita. That story says that Shiva already kind of knew that he wanted to vacate Kashi, because Kashi at that point in time had become overburdened by many atheists, and it was too crowded for Shiva to stay there. So that is the reason Shiva was thinking that actually I really don't want to stay here. I mean, let it go. That was also a desire of Shiva, and Lord Krishna kind of fulfilled this desire by burning down the entire Kashi, and now Kashi was burned down to ashes. Anyhow, Lord Shiva had vacated, he went and stayed in Kailash, and this Kashi Raj was also justly punished. Okay, so this was the background story of Shiva vacating Kashi and Kashi getting burned down. Now, in the story of the Sudakshina, Sudakshina had taken a benediction from Shiva that he wanted to defeat Krishna in a battle. And very nicely, in verse number 32, it is mentioned the characteristics of Bholanath Shankar are unfathomable. Who can understand what form of mercy he bestows upon whom and how he bestows it? Now, this is a very nice, interesting verse that reads into the characteristics of Lord Shiva. Externally, it may appear that Lord Shiva is actually supporting demons, giving them boons so that they can go and destroy Krishna. But then it is very difficult to understand the real intention, the real motive of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva does many things for a reason, and he is always in sync with the desires of the Lord. So, what happened was, Lord Shiva had promised to give protection. Of course, according to the Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Shiva gives an idea to Sudakshina to worship the Dakshinagni fire ritual, because Lord Shiva already knew that if this fire ritual is invoked unjustly, the creator of the ritual will be destroyed. So when he gave a boon itself, he had a loophole within the boon that he had given. He knew the end result of what could happen. So he encouraged the Sudakshina to start the fire ritual according to Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, but also Shiva, when he was giving this boon, he also told him that you go ahead and fight with Krishna, and I will follow with my associates, and I will support you with my Pashupastra weapon. As long as my Pashupastra weapon is guarding you, nothing can happen. But then, though this Kashiraj Jr. went and fought with Sri Krishna, and immediately the super soul of all living entities, who's Devaki Nandan, who's Krishna, understood the intention of this Kashiraj, he immediately sent his Sudarshan Chakra to destroy all of them. Everything was actually destroyed by the Sudarshan Chakra. Now, Krishna is also the super soul of all living entities. Krishna is also the super soul of even Mahadev. So, Krishna knows everything. Okay, so Krishna also played along with Lord Shiva, and Krishna ensured that not only was Sudakshina killed, but everything, the entire Kashi, was actually destroyed. So he understood the situation and he sent the Sudarshan Chakra to destroy everybody. So actually, which verse should we start? Sorry, I think I'm jumping verses. I'm sorry for breaking the story. I just want to know which verse I should start from today. 324. Okay, that means I have to read the verses from 324. Okay, let's see. Let's continue the story. So, when Shiva was speaking to this junior Kashiraj, he said, Torajini bekahena kara shakti ache pashupatastra lai moni tora pache. Who has the power to defeat you when I am supporting you with my Pashupastra weapon? पाइया ईश्वर बले से मूढ़मति चलिया हरिषे युद्ध कृष्णेर संहति. Being encouraged by Lord Shiva, the foolish king happily went to fight with Krishna. Then शिवा चलिले न थारा पाचे सर्वगणे तारा पक्षाहाई युद्ध करी भार मने. Shiva and his associates followed him with the intention of fighting on his behalf. So Shiva was supporting this guy as he was fighting with Krishna. Sarvabhuta antaryami devaki nandana sakala vitana janilena say Krishna. The son of Devaki, who's the super soul of all living entities, immediately understood the situation. So Devaki Nandan, he's not only the super soul of all living entities, he's also the super soul of Lord Shiva. That's what we were discussing. So he knows this is all a calculation. So he understood this guy wants to destroy me, but I have another plan. Janiya Vrithantanija Chakra Sudarshana Adilena Krishna Chandra Sabara Dolana. Knowing the situation, Krishna Chandra released a Sudarshan Chakra to destroy all of them. Karo Avyahati Nahi Sudarshan Sthane Kashi Raja Mundagiya Katila Prathame. No one can escape the wrath of Sudarshan. It first went and cut off the head of Kashi Raj. शेषेतर संबंधे सकल वाराणसी पोड़ाइया सकल करीला भस्म राशि. वाराणसी दाहके ही क्रुध महेश्वर पाशुपतास्त्र इडलेना भयंकरा. पाशुपत्र अस्त्र की करीब चक्र स्थाने चक्र तेज देखी पालिल से क्षणे. शेषे महेश्वर प्रति यायेन धाय्या चक्र भये शंकर यायेन पालिया. Because of that king's offense, the Sudarshan Chakra eventually burned the entire city of Varanasi into ashes. We have seen the story so far. But now here is an addition. This is an addition from Skanda Puran. This is not there in Srimad Bhagavatam. So far, the storyline is the same. Okay, Kashiraj Pandrak, they went and they fought, they were killed. Kashiraj's son, junior Kashiraj, he also goes and he creates some Dakshinagni Yagna, and then he goes and Shiva supporting him all throughout. He's trying to destroy Dwarka and Lord Krishna, but then eventually he gets destroyed. Sudarshan comes and attacks him. Sudarshan attacks the priest. Sudarshan, what does it do? It doesn't stop there. It destroys the entire Varanasi into ashes. That's all. Bhagavatam stops there. But then Skanda Puran adds a story to this. Let's see what that story was. When Maheshwara saw Varanasi burned, he became so angry that he released his formidable Pashupatra weapon, Pashupastra. But what will the Pashupastra do before the Sudarshan Chakra? It immediately fled away when it saw Sudarshan's prowess. Sudarshana eventually went after Maheshwara, who fled away in fear of the chakra. So, this is an additional story that is mentioned in this Skanda Puran. After Kashi was burned down, Bhagavatam closed the story and went on through the next story. But then Skanda Puran said when Mahadev saw that his Varanasi was completely burned down, he got bewildered at that moment. He was bewildered, and we'll find out why he gets bewildered. And he released the Pashupastra weapon. And what can Pashupastra do in front of Sudarshan Chakra? Sudarshan Chakra took care of Pashupastra weapon also. And Sudarshan doesn't stop there. You know Sudarshan's attitude, right? Last time when Dhruvasa Muni, he tried to trouble this Ambarish Maharaj, Sudarshan doesn't stop. He just chases the person who's the offender. So now Shiva, what made Shiva throw that Pashupastra, we'll find out. But then in a moment of fit, Lord Shiva threw the Pashupastra. Sudarshan came. Pashupastra was immediately nullified in the presence of Sudarshan. And Sudarshan didn't stop there. Sudarshan started chasing even Mahadev. Started chasing Lord Shiva. So here in Srimad Bhagavatam it is mentioned 1066:42. दग्ध्वा वारणासीं सर्वां विष्णोश्चक्रं सुदर्शनं भूय पार्श्वम् upasithas karmana. After burning down the entire city of Varanasi, Lord Vishnu Sudarshan Chakra returned to the side of Krishna. His actions are effortless. This is the version of the Bhagavatam because Bhagavatam stopped there. Now, this Sudarshan, according to Skanda Puran, didn't stop there. Shiva let the Pashupastra go. Pashupastra was nullified. Sudarshan started following Mahadev everywhere. What happened to Mahadev? Chakra teje vyapileka sakala bhuvana palaite dikna payena trilochana. The power of Sudarshan was felt throughout the entire world. So the three-eyed Shiva had no place to escape. He started running everywhere. Just like Durvasa Muni. Purvyayena chakre teje Durvasa podita Shiveraha iba ebe sei savarita. Shiva thus fell into the predicament similar to when Durvasa previously suffered under the prowess of Sudarshana. For a description of this incident, one should see Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th Canto, Chapter 4. So you all know how when Sudarshan attacked Durvasa, he was running all the three worlds, everywhere. He ran everywhere. And the Sudarshan didn't stop. Went on chasing, went on chasing. So similar situation was felt by Lord Shiva. Interestingly, Durvasa is an amsha of Lord Shiva. He's an expansion, he's an amsha, he's empowered by Lord Shiva, Durvasa. And this original Shiva, he was also running. He was also running in all the three universes, chased by Sudarshan Chakra. And then Shiva ultimately realizes his mistake. Seshe Shiva bhujilena Sudarshana sthane raksha kari bera hena nahi Krishna vine. Shiva ultimately realized there is no one other than Krishna who can protect me from the wrath of Sudarshan. In the case of though Durvasa Muni, he went and fell at the feet of Krishna. Krishna said, Aham Bhakta Paradina. There is no point coming and asking me for forgiveness. Go and ask the devotee. But here, this is not Vaishnava Aparadh. In a fit of anger, Lord Shiva, not being bewildered, not understanding what he is doing, he threw the Pashupatastra towards Krishna. So what does Lord Shiva have to do? Shiva came and he wanted to beg forgiveness from Krishna directly. Okay. Eteka chintiya Vaishnavagara Trilochan Bhaye Trasta Hai Gela Govinda Sharana. After thinking in this way, the three-eyed topmost Vaishnavagra Trilochan, he went in fear to take shelter of Govinda. And this is what Lord Shiva did. Jaya Jaya Mahaprabhu Devaki Nandana Jaya Sarva Vyapi Sarva Jivera Sharana All glories to the Supreme Lord, Devaki Nandan. All glories to the all-pervading Lord and shelter of all living entities. These are prayers of Mahadev when he made a mistake. He went and fell at the feet of Devaki Nandan and he started glorifying him. Jaya Jaya Subuddhi Kubuddhi Sarvadhata Jaya Jaya Shastrahata Sabara Rakshita. All glories to you, the bestower of both good and bad intelligence. So, how is Shiva's intelligence manipulated? It is manipulated by Krishna actually. So, he goes and tells Krishna, all glories to you, the bestower of both good and bad intelligence. All glories to you, who is the creator, maintainer, and annihilator of all. Jaya Jaya Adosha Dashi Kripa Sindhu Jaya Jaya Santapta Janera Yeka Bandhu. All glories unto you, the ocean of mercy, who does not find fault in others. You are Adosha Darshi, you do not see fault in others. All glories to the only friend of all suffering souls. You are Janera Eka Bandhu, the one and only friend and well-wisher of all living entity. जय जय फराद भंजन शरण दोष क्षम प्रभु तोरा लईनु शरण. All glories unto you. You remove one's offenses and give one shelter. Please forgive my offense. I surrender unto you. So what did Shankara go and say? Shankara went and told Krishna, I am extremely sorry. All glories unto you, Devaki Nandan. You are the shelter for all living entities. You are the one who's giving me good intelligence or bad intelligence. You are the creator, maintainer, and annihilator of all. You are an ocean of mercy. You don't see fault in others. You are the only friend that I have. You're the friend of the suffering living entities. You remove whatever offenses we do. You give us shelter. Please forgive my offense. Layu Sharana. I take full shelter unto you. I surrender unto you. So these are the beautiful prayers of Shankara. So then what happened? Suni Shankarirasthava Sarvajivanatha Chakrateja Nibhariya Hoila Sakshat. Suni Shankarirasthava. Hearing this beautiful stava of Shankara, Sarvajivanatha, the Lord of all living entities, what did he do? Chakrateja Nibhariya Haila Sakshat. He stopped the attack of Sudarshan and appeared before him. So then, this is beautiful, the darshan that Mahadev has of Krishna. Chaturdike Shobhakare Gopa Gopi Gana Kichu Krodha Hasya Mukhe Balena Vachana. Surrounded by cowherd boys and girls, Gopa Gopi Gana, the Lord smiled. Chaturdike Shobhakare Gopa Gopi Gana Kichu Krodha Hasya Mukhe Balena Vachana. So he slightly smiled and he spoke with a little anger. Look at the beautiful darshan Krishna wants to give Mahadev. Krishna desired to give Mahadev a lovely darshan surrounded by cowherd boys and girls. Dwarkanath, Devaki Nandan, is giving this darshan specifically to Mahadev, surrounded by Gopa Gopigana. And he's smiling and he's rebuking Shiva with a mild chastisement, little anger. So he says, Khena Shiva tumita janaha mora shuddhi etakale tomara ye mata khena buddhi. Oh Shiva, you know my prowess. Then how did you develop such a mentality after all this time? Tomara ye mata khena buddhi. Why? What about, why suddenly you know me, I know you. Why did you develop such a mentality? He's questioning. This is a question all of us have. Why should Shiva suddenly throw the Pashupathastra? He could have kept quiet, right? Kashi got burned. This was also his desire. Okay, fine, finished, game over. Just like how we saw in Bhagavatam. But then why the sudden twist in the story? Krishna is asking him, why did you do that? So now let's see what he says. Let's see the conversation between Krishna and Lord Shiva. Konakita Kashi Raja Adhaman Rupati Tara Lagi Yuddhakara Amara Samhati. He says, Konakita Kashi Raj. Who's that Kita Kashi Raj? Who's that fellow? That Kashi Raj, Adhaman Rupati, is the lowest of all kings, and for his sake, You want to come and fight with me? He's asking Lord Shiva. That nobody, that nonsense, that insignificant Kashiraj, he's Adham and Nrupati. He's Adam of most fallen. Nrupati means king. He's the most fallen of all kings. And for that guy, you want to come and fight with me? Krishna is asking. Ye ye dhekala mora chakra sudarshan tomare o nasaheya raha parikrama. You saw my Sudarshan chakra, whose prowess even you cannot tolerate. You saw what happened. No, my Sudarshan didn't even leave you. That was the result of you throwing that Pashupata Astra for no reason. Brahma Astra Pashupatastra Adiyata Parama Avyarta Maha Astra Arakhata Sudarshana Sthane Karo Nahi Yara Astra Thara Chahe Karita Samhara. Should someone check the participant list?
Yes, Mataji, I did.
You're taking care, right? Yeah, there should be some spams. Watch out.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah. You saw my Sudarshan Chakra, whose prowess even you cannot tolerate. This great infallible weapons like this Brahmastra, Pashupastra, they are all powerless in front of Sudarshan. When such weapons are defeated, they desire to kill their wielder. So he says, what is this Pashupastra, Brahmastra, all that, everything will become powerless in front of Sudarshan. It is not possible to stand in front of my Sudarshan. And Krishna, at this point in time, he felt let down. Okay. So, feeling let down that Mahadev, you threw Pashupatastra. So he says, Hena tana dhikiyami samsara bhitara tomai bhaiye amare haryana anadhara. It appears that there is no one within this world who disrespects me more than you. He felt very let down. He told this to Lord Shiva. Suniya Prabhu Kichu Sakrodha Uttara Antare Kampita Bada Hoila Shankara Antare Kampita. He started shivering, Lord Shiva. Why? He started trembling in fear because he has not heard angry words from Krishna like this. Hearing the Lord's angry words, Shunira Prabhu Kichu Sakrodha Uttara. He gave a Krodha Uttara. Antare Kampita Bada Hoila Shankara. Antare Kampita. He started shivering. He was trembling in fear. Tabe Sesha Dhairya Prabhura Sri Charana Karitela Gila Shiva Atmani Vedana. Then Shiva grabbed hold of the lotus feet and began to speak with full surrender. Now Shiva, he started speaking to Lord Sri Krishna. Tomara adhina Prabhu sakala samsara swatantra hoite shakti achaya kahara pavani chalaya yena sukshma trinagana ye mata aswatantra sakala bhuvana. O Lord, the entire world is under your control. Who has the power to become independent? The people of the entire world are controlled by you, just like how dry grass is carried away by the wind. He says, nobody has independence. You're the only Swatantra. You're the only person who's independent and you're controlling all of us. Just like even a blade of grass doesn't move without Krishna's sanction. We read on Bhagavatam. So he says, a blade of grass is helplessly carried away by the wind. Like that, we are all helpless in front of you. Nobody has independence when compared to you. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he quotes a beautiful verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is a glorification of the Lord. It says, let us worship you, the Supreme Lord, to be free from material life. You are the maintainer of the universe and the cause of its creation and demise. Equipoised and perfectly at peace, you are the true friend, self and worshipable Lord. You are one without a second, the shelter of all the worlds and souls. You should also see Mahabharat, Shanti Parva, Anushasana Parva, Kathopanishad, there everywhere it is stated that the Lord is the supreme. Nobody can surpass him. He is the controller of all three worlds. So that is what Lord Shiva is telling Krishna. He's falling at the feet of Krishna and he's telling, who can surpass you? You are independent. I am not Swatantra, but you are Swatantra. ये कराह प्रभु तुम्ही से ही जीवा करे, हे न के बा आचे ये तो मारा माया तारे. O Lord, a living entity acts in a way you direct him. Who has the power to surpass your illusory energy? So Lord Shiva is falling at the feet of Krishna. He's glorifying Krishna and he's telling, ultimately, even my activities are directed by you, my Lord. I am not independent. विशेष दियाचे प्रभु मोरे अहंकारा आपनेरा भड़बाई नाही देखो नरा. O Lord, what did you do? Somehow or the other, you have given me this false ego, ahankara. Where does it emerge from? It emerges from Lord Shiva. So he says, Oh Lord, somehow or the other, you are the one who gave me this false ego, and as a result, I do not recognize anyone as superior to me. So, because of my false ego that was awarded by you, I am the Lord of false ego. And who gave me this position? You gave me this position. Because I am the Lord of all false ego, sometimes I think I'm great. Nobody is superior to me. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he says, false ego is produced from the mode of ignorance. By the will of the Supreme Lord, the Guna Avatar Mahadev is invested with the power of destruction. Okay, so it is the will of the Supreme Lord that Shiva is invested with this potency. So Shiva is telling, see, I am not independent. Where did I get this quality? Unfortunately, I am in charge of the mode of ignorance, and I am the one who is the originator of the false ego within this universe. Yes, Shiva is taking blame for what he did. At the same time, he's also acknowledging Krishna to be the source of everything. And Krishna, he has unfortunately put Shiva in this position. It's like that. So here, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he says that there are many unauthorized philosophies that are propounded by the impersonalist Kashiraj. The commentator Srikanta, who was the follower of the Shaiva Vishishtadvaita philosophy, and other impersonalists like Appaya Dikshita, who have completely refuted the Shruta Prakashika commentary of the Sri Bhashya by Sudarshanacharya, the servant of Ramanuja. Yet, while raising its head later on, the philosophy of Shaiva Vishishtadvaita was out of misfortune smashed into pieces by the weapon of Sudarshana in the form of Shuddha Vishishtadvaita philosophy. Why is all this being told here? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is a sheer genius. So he tells us that here Shiva is telling in this particular verse, I am the Lord of false ego, and sometimes I tend to think that there is nobody superior to me and I behave in certain ways. Of course, it is all by the will of the Supreme Lord. Okay. Now, not only did Lord Shiva make the statement that sometimes I tend to think that there is nobody superior to me, but there have been many philosophers who are great followers of Lord Shiva who have written that Shiva is superior than everybody, including Krishna. Many people, like this Kashiraj, who thinks that Shiva is everybody, or there was a commentator by the name Sri Kanta, who was the follower of Shaiva Vishishtadvaita philosophy. There was an impersonalist by the name Appaya Dikshita. They have all written many theories and philosophies. This Shaiva Siddhanta philosophies, they are both personal and impersonal, and they all glorify Lord Shiva as being the absolute supreme. Okay. So these commentators have been there and they have been writing their philosophies and they have been documenting it. Not only did Shiva momentarily think that, okay, there is nobody beyond me, and he just released that Pashupata Astra. Similarly, later also, there have been various commentators who have tried to play this trick, who have tried to say that Shiva is all in all. But then we have the great Sudarshanacharya, who is in the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, who wrote a commentary called as Shruta Prakashika. Shruta Prakashika is a commentary on the Sri Bhashya of Sripad Ramanujacharya. So Ramanujacharya has written the Sri Bhashya, which is the commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. So you all know different commentators have written commentary on the Vedanta Sutras. Like you have Ramanuja's Sri Bhashya, you have our Baladev Vidyabhushan's Govinda Bhashya, and of course Shariraka Bhashya by the in the Advaita Sampradaya. So like that, different Purna Prajna Bhashya or the Madhva Bhashya by Madhvacharya. Like that, different commentators have written Bhashya on the Vedanta Sutras. And Sri Bhashya is the Bhashya of Sripad Ramanujacharya. Now, just if you read Sri Bhashya, you won't understand anything because it's so philosophical. There is a commentator who has written a commentary on the Sri Bhashya because Sri Bhashya is so difficult to understand. And who's that commentator? His name is Sudarshanacharya. And the commentary on the commentary of the Vedanta Sutra, that is the commentary on the Sri Bhashya, is called as Shruta Prakashika. Okay, so in the Shruta Prakashika commentary of Sudarshanacharya, which is a commentary on the Sri Bhashya, which is the commentary on the Vedanta Sutras, there Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is pointing to us that he has defeated the philosophies of Appaya Dikshita and others. So all these different Shaiva Siddhanta philosophies that have come up saying that Shiva is the supreme, that this, all that has been already defeated. But then later, after Shruta Prakashika's time, many years went by, and suddenly these philosophies, they started showing their head. They started raising their head. Based on the Shaiva philosophies. Again, these philosophies started propping up when slowly Shruta Prakashika and other books started going down in the limelight. At that time, these philosophies emerged again. So at that time, we have this Vishnu Swami who came up with the Shuddhadvaita philosophy. Shuddhadvaita, it's also called as Shuddha Vishishtadvaita philosophy. So he came and he smashed everything because he was an incarnation of Sudarshana. Okay, this Vishnu Swami. So
Yeah, coming.
yeah. So this Vishnu Swami, he came like the Sudarshan Chakra, he came and he smashed the philosophies again into pieces. Okay, that is what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is writing in this purport. But let's go back to the story. Let's not forget the storyline. So far what happened? Shiva, in a haste, he released Pashupatastra. Krishna got angry. He sent the Sudarshan. And Shiva started running everywhere. He didn't know where to go. He went and fell at the feet of Krishna. Krishna stopped Sudarshan. Then Shiva offered prayers. Krishna told him, why did you do like this? And then Shiva is explaining that what to do. That is my nature. That is how I am created. That is how my condition is. It's all because of you. You are the one who put me in this situation. So let's continue to see what Shiva says. 356. Tomara maya more karaya durgati ki karimo prabhu muni aswatantra mati. Your illusory energy bewilders me, oh Lord, what shall I do? I have no independence. There is another story like this, how the illusory energy of Krishna bewildered Lord Shiva. What is that story? Anybody knows? It's from Bhagavatam. Any guesses?
Mohini Murti
Lord
pastime.
Shiva running behind Mohini Murti.
Yes, Mohini Murti pastime. So he's telling what to do. It's your illusory energy that is bewildering me. What can I do? I do not have any independence. Yes, very similar to the Mohini Murti pastime. In the purport, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, it is stated that Maya Dhisha, Maya Vasa, Ishvare Jiva Bheda. The Lord is the master of the potencies of the living entity, is the servant of all of them. That is the difference between the Lord and the living entity. Therefore, even though Lord Shiva is addressed by the name Bhagavan, he is still a subordinate devotee of Vishnu. Okay, Shiva Tattva is separate, it is not a Jiva. Sorry, Shiva is not a Jiva. Shiva Tattva is separate, but still he is subordinate to Lord Vishnu. That clarity we should have. So Shiva is telling, ultimately it's your illusory energy. You bewilder me. What can I do? I don't have any independence. But he says, Thora pada padma mora ekanta jivana aranye takaba chinti tomara charana. Your lotus feet is my only life and soul. I will live in the forest and remember your lotus feet. Shiva said. तथापिहा मोरे से लाओ याओ अहंकार मुनि की करीब प्रभु ये इच्छा तुम्हारा. Still you invest me with false ego. What can I do, O Lord? This is your desire. So, in the purport, there is a lot of glorification of Krishna, how Krishna is the source of everything. One should definitely know that all material ingredients, activities, time, modes, and the living entities are meant to enjoy them all, exist by His mercy only, Krishna's mercy. As soon as He does not care for them, everything becomes non existent. Lord Shiva is always united with his personal energy, the material nature. Manifesting himself in three features is responsible to the entreaties of nature's three modes. He thus embodies the threefold principle of material ego in goodness, passion, and ignorance. So we should understand that everything is created by Krishna, and the situation of Mahadev is that he is in constant connection with the material modes. Okay, that is his role. We can't avoid that. That is his role. So he's in constant connection with him. Tatapiha Prabhu Muni Kailuna Parada Sakalakshamiya Mora Karaha Prasada. Still, O Lord, I have committed an offense. See, this is the nature of a devotee. The devotee doesn't conveniently blame the Lord and run away. That's not the intention of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is repentant. He's feeling sad. Look at my condition. Ultimately, you're the controller, but still, my situation is like this. I have committed an offense because of my conditioned nature in this world. I have committed an offense. So please forgive me and bestow your mercy upon me. So this is what Mahadev requests. Ye mata kubuddhi mora ye na ara nahe ye vara deha prabhu hoya sadaye. O Lord, kindly give me the benediction that I should never ever develop such evil mentality again. I see this from time to time. Many of the demigods, suddenly you will see them, though they are great devotees, they are in great positions, suddenly they'll be doing something strange, like Brahma. You know how Brahma went and captured these cowherd boys. He kidnapped the cowherd boys and later he came and begged for forgiveness. So it happens because they are in touch with the material world. So it happens from time to time. By the will of the Lord, certain things can happen. So he tells, O Lord, kindly give me the benediction that I will not develop such evil mentality again. Similarly, Brahma also requests, please bless me that I don't get entangled and become very proud that I am the creator. Yena aparada kailu kari ahankara hailatahara shasti seshanahi ara. I was punished appropriately for the offense that I committed under the influence of false ego. Ebe agnya kara prabhu thaki mukhotaya toma bai arava babiya kara paya. Now, O Lord, please instruct me. What should I do? Where should I recite? Who can I ask other than you? On hearing Shankara's words, let's see what Krishna said. Shuni Shankari Ravakya Ishadhasiya Bali Tela Gila Prabhu Kripa Yukta Hoya. On hearing Shankara's words, the Lord smiled. It was all his Leela. He smiled and he spoke to him with compassion. What did he tell? सुन शिवा तुम्हारा दिलन दिव्य स्थान सर्वघोष्टि सह तथा करह पायाना. Listen, Shiva, I am giving you a divine place. Go and live there with your associates. Ultimately, we should understand this was a pastime that was orchestrated by Krishna as a small leela with Lord Shiva. He wanted Shiva to get a nice location, leave Kashi and get a good location to stay in within this earthly realm. Kashi, already Shiva had a desire. Kashi is getting very polluted. So he decided, I don't want to stay here for too long. So Krishna made it happen. And Krishna sent him to a very nice location. where even he is always present. And also, Krishna desired that Shankar Bhagavan should be very close to Nilachal, very close to the place where he resides in Jagannath Puri. So he wanted him to come there. That was the internal desire. So he says, listen, Shiva, I'm going to give you a divine place. Go there and live with your associates. Ekam rakavana nama sthana manohara tataya hai batumi kotilingeshwara. The name of that enchanting place is Ekam Rakavana. That is what we are seeing all this while. Past 3 days, we are looking about this location. The name of that enchanting place is Ekam Rakavana. Go reside there as Kotilingeshwara. Seha Varanasi Praya Suramaya Nagari Se Sthane Amara Parama Gopya Puri. That place is as pleasing as Varanasi. Go and stay there, and that is a very confidential place. That's why it's called as Gupta Kashi. That is also something we saw in the previous purpose. This place is called as Bhuvaneshwar. It is called as Gupta Kashi. It's called as Ekamrakavana. It is called as Lingeshwara temple. So like that, so many names is there for this particular place. ये स्थान शिव आजी कही तो माँ स्थाने से पूरी मर्मा मोरा के हा नहीं जाने. Oh Shiva, today I reveal to you the glories of that place. No one else knows the secrets of that particular place. Now, why did Shiva send him there? Of course, he wanted Shiva to stay near Jagannath Puri. So that secret he will reveal in tomorrow's class. He'll tell why that place, why Ekamrakavana, why he should go there, because it is close to Nilachal. And he will also tell the glories of Nilachal. He will tell us the glories of Jagannath Puri in the next class, which we will cover. Okay, we have 10 more minutes. I just thought we'll do a little analysis of Shiva's personality. So Lord Shiva, Shankar Bhagavan, he is an interesting personality. He is very dear to the Lord. We should understand that this Leela that was happening between Shankar and Krishna is not like the Leela that happens between some ordinary demigod and Sri Krishna. Krishna is very fond of Lord Shiva, and Shiva is also very fond of Lord Krishna. But sometimes Lord Shiva comes under the desire of Krishna's bigger plan, and he behaves in certain ways to accomplish a bigger goal. So we see in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita the actual nature of Lord Shiva. You know, this first part of Brihad Bhagavatamrita is a story of Narada going and searching for the recipient of Krishna's recipient of greatest mercy. There, once he goes to the location of Brahma in Satyaloka, and he glorifies Brahma as being the greatest recipient of Lord Sri Krishna. He says, you are the son of Krishna, direct son of Krishna, so you must be the greatest recipient of the Lord, recipient of the mercy of the Lord. But then Brahma, he says, I am not the greatest recipient of mercy. I've done so many mistakes, and Krishna corrects me from time to time. But whereas Shiva, he is very special. Lord Shiva is a very dear friend of the Lord. He's a very close associate of the Lord, and in one sense, he's an expansion of the Lord, though he's in touch with the material world. So Lord Shiva's position is definitely different from Vishnu. It is subordinate to Vishnu. It is like yogurt and milk. So this we have read from the Brahma Samhita. Yet, Lord Shiva is considered Param Vaishnava. He is always intoxicated by the taste that is found in Krishna's lotus feet. And he doesn't have taste in any material things of this world. He actually has no, he doesn't enjoy sense of rulership or sense enjoyment. He's always engaged in a higher taste. Sometimes imitating materialists, he wears all this, sometimes he wears all these garlands of skulls, and he smears ashes from crematorium. Like this, he moves around like a madman. But he doesn't have a desire to be an independent controller. He always tries to identify himself as a servant of Krishna only. But then we understand that he is in touch with material nature. He is the source of the false ego that is present in this world. So from time to time, you might see such pastimes that are happening with respect to Lord Shiva. So Brahma, he was inspiring Narada, telling that Shiva is a great renunciant and he is non-different from the Lord in one sense, just like how milk is transformed into yogurt. So he tells Shiva is very compassionate. During the churning of the milk ocean, it was Shiva who went and who took the poison voluntarily for the sake of all the living entities. When Shiva gives benedictions to demons, like we know Shiva gave benediction to Vrakasura, very famous pastime. When Shiva gave benediction to Vrakasura, he said that he had a loophole. Whenever he gives benedictions to demons, generally he keeps a loophole. When he gave a benediction to Vrakasura, the loophole was that wherever he keeps his, wherever this Vrikasura, not Vritrasura, this is Vrikasura or Bhasmasura, wherever he keeps his hand, that thing will be killed. That person will be killed. Again, he gave a benediction to Mayadhanava to build that Tripura palace, that flying palace. And later, we know that with the help of Lord Vishnu, the Tripura Samharam happened, the killing of that 3 cities. That happened under the guidance of Lord Vishnu. Whenever he gives boons to demons also, he knows that ultimately when he keeps a loophole in that, Lord Vishnu will come and assist him. Okay. When he, there are so many examples, like in the case of the Sudakshina also. When he gave boon to Sudakshina, he encouraged him to start the Dakshinagni fire because he knows that Krishna is not opposed to religious principles and Krishna is not opposed to the Brahminical culture. So if this kind of kritya is directed towards a person who is Brahminical, who is not opposed to Brahmanas, then that kritya will go and destroy the person who starts the kritya. So he knows these things. So Shiva, sometimes when he's giving boons, he will give boons, but he'll ensure that there is a loophole and there is a way that Lord Vishnu will come and chastise the demon and kill that demon. So that was the kind of chemistry that Shiva and Krishna usually used to have. And Brahma tells this Narada Muni that when I give boons, Krishna gets very upset. But when Shiva gives boons, Krishna gets upset with the demons. Krishna doesn't get upset with Shiva. So he gives an example. He says, Brahma says, when I gave boons to Hiranyakashipu, that time the Lord as Narsimhadev, he came and he scolded me. He scolded me and he said that don't ever give boons to such people without thinking. But then when Shiva gave boons to a person like Vrikasura, the Lord came and said, "Oh Mahadev, my Lord, see how this wicked man is. He died simply because of his own sinful reactions. And a person who offends spiritual masters like you, they have no hope in this world." So Lord Shiva comes and he chastises the demons and he supports Shiva. I mean, when Shiva makes a mistake, Krishna comes, he chastises the demons and he somehow supports and glorifies Shiva. So Brahma says that actually Krishna is more fond of Shiva, so why don't you go and see Shiva? And when this Narada Muni, he came to see Shiva, at that time he saw the condition of Lord Shiva in Kailash. Shiva was continuously thinking about the Lord and he was in ecstasy. And when Narada Muni started glorifying Shiva in various ways, he closed his ears and he said, "Stop, don't even compare me as being as good as Sri Krishna. Krishna is just tolerating me. I do so many offenses to the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. The worst part is sometimes I even give boons to Krishna." There are some pastimes where Shiva gives boons to Krishna and he feels very embarrassed. He says, "No, I don't want to be in that position. He's my Lord and I am his servant." But then it is Krishna's greatness to always accept me for who I am. And he also recounts the story of this Mohini Murti story. He recounts the story of many other pastimes, like he drinking poison from the ocean and so on. So he says, at the end of the day, Lord Shiva says that I am actually ashamed of my condition. I am in constant touch with material nature. I am always agitated. But Vishnu is beyond the three modes of material nature. So Lord Shiva said that I have done so many mistakes. I've even come as Shankaracharya to concoct my own scriptures, but Krishna simply tolerates me. He even recounts the pastime of Banasura. During the pastime of Banasura, Shiva fought on the side of Banasura, and there was a big fight, and it was a similar condition where Shiva was supporting one of the demons and fighting with Sri Krishna. There was this fight between Shiva Jwara and Vishnu Jwara, and Vishnu Jwara won. So he says, I've done so many mistakes. I'm a complete shame. I always embarrass my Lord. So this is the mood of Lord Shiva. But however, the truth is that Shiva is very fond of Krishna. And these pastimes are happening. Why does Shiva have to be put in this position? Why does Shiva behave like this? He behaves like this by the will of the Lord. It is the Lord's direction. Just like how Mohini Murti pastime was the Lord's direction to show the glories of Shiva to the world, similarly, we see that this particular pastime is also the Lord's direction. And Shiva himself has revealed that to us. He said, ultimately, it is you who directed me to do like this. But then he takes blame. That is the nature of Lord Shiva. Okay. So I'd like to stop here. If there are any questions, comments, thoughts, realizations, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. How this 1 hour passed. I thought you paused in between and you said 10 minutes. I thought you will give some interactive games for us. So, but then you continued with the pastime. So, but it was really very nice. And in between, even in the start also, we were searching for the verse. It was like short break. So now it's an advertisement break. So we'll begin again. So it is very nice, Mataji. Thank you so much for this wonderful class. Devotees, any questions or realizations, please go ahead. But before that, Mataji, with your permission, it's Prahladanand Prabhuji's birthday today. So
He's here?
Yes, Prabhuji is here.
Dandavat Pradam Mataji. Thank you very much.
Many, many happy returns of the day. Thank you for your blessings on this forum.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Hare
Wish
Krishna.
you many more happy returns of the day. Please bless us, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mata. I always say that, how can I bless someone, when I am not qualified? But we are instrumental. Savya Sachin Bhavya, Bhavan Krishna tells us like that. So I was a very impure person to start with, but just Srila Prabhupada's mercy, I started getting purification like that. And slowly, by his mercy and by association of devotees, I can say that I have improved and I have purified myself, but not completely. All right? Person who becomes completely purified, his blessings will be very effective. Just like Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada gave mercy to even hippies, and they become Vaishnavas. Kirat, Huna, Andhra Pulind, Pulkasa, Bhir Sambhayavana Kasaha. So, we can always pray to Srila Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityanand Prabhu, that, please bless all of us so that we can become purified. That's what I can say like that. I'm completing 72 today, and and maybe I have another few years to go like that. But my goal is Antya Narayan Smriti, and you are all helping me with this. So I'm so grateful to all of you. Sadhu Sangha, that's what is. Thank you, Mata, again. Thanks, everyone. Very good.
Very well. My father is also 72.
Thank you so much,
Exactly.
Prabhuji. Dear devotees, you can unmute and wish Hare Krishna once for Prabhuji. We can check.
Happy Krishna conscious birthday, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
birthday.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Happy
Prabhupada
birthday.
Prabhuji, happy Krishna conscious
Happy
birthday to you.
Haribol Mata. Haribol.
Hare Krishna.
You can serve always to Guru and Gauranga.
Yes, Mata.
Let's chant one time
Krishna
Hare
Conscious
Krishna
birthday
Mahamantra
Prabhuji.
to
Koti Koti
Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam.
Hare
Jai Shri
Krishna,
Hare
Prabhupada.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama Rama,
Ram
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram.
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram.
Ram,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare
Happy
Hare.
birthday,
Hare
happy birthday,
Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Krishna
Happy
Krishna,
birthday,
Thank you,
Krishna
Mata.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare
Jai Shri
Krishna.
Prabhupada.
Thank you so much.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much, Sri Duties.
Shri
Thank you
Guru
so
and
much, Prabhuji.
Gauranga be
Haribol
with
Mata.
you.
Krishna. Yeah, so back to the class continuation. We have Kriti Das Sundari Mataji raised hands. Mataji is blessing us, or
Hare Krishna. I'm not blessed. I'm no one to bless. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Priti Vilasini Mataji, for the very, very beautiful session. So again, back to the previous question, Mataji. So the linga that is present in that area, it is Lord Shiva or it is Krishna himself?
I went back to the purports again, Kirtida Mataji. I was trying to find out how this really is working.
Hmm.
This is the, I don't know, you can correct me, but this is the understanding I got. What he's telling is there is this Ananta Vasudeva, right? So there is this deity of Ananta Vasudeva, and then this particular linga, that bluish black linga that they're talking about, they're telling that is directly Lord Shiva. But however, he's as good as the Supreme Brahman, and his prasadam should not be neglected. Meaning, generally, we don't take linga prasadam. Generally, they don't give, they give only vibhuti. They won't give prasadam in Shiva temples, they'll give only vibhuti. But that particular temple prasadam is actually first offered to Vasudeva Ananta, and then it is given to this linga, and then from that linga it is distributed. So one should not neglect that prasadam. And this particular linga is as good as Krishna. He's as good as the Supreme Brahman because he's directly under the contact of the Supreme Brahman who's taking care of him personally there. That Ananta Vasudeva, he's continuously present there. He's taking care of him because he's with his chakra. That purport is there. Namataji, you also read that purport. You were the one who gave that class.
Yeah. Got
Chakra and all.
yes.
He's protecting that place. Protecting means you should not think that he's subordinate. Rather, he's personally
Yeah.
present with that linga, like that.
Hmm.
And later, in that same complex, I was trying to read that big purport which was covered by Chakravarti Prabhu, and also went and did a little research on the temple. There is also a beautiful deity of Harihara, where that deity is also called as Bhuvaneshwara only. Okay, he is also called as Bhuvaneshwara, but he's not in a Linga Murti, but rather he's got a beautiful form. He's got a whitish black form, and he is holding the weapons of both Vishnu and Lord Shiva. So he's a combined form. So which means that this particular thing is Linga of Lord Shiva, but still he's empowered by the Supreme Lord. So he's as good as Brahman, like that. That is the
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. And thank you for the beautiful session. The entire class was a story form. So, and you covered it so nicely. And thank you for covering from Brihad Bhagavatamrita also. So thank you.
Mataji, that part actually I could have done nicely. I just did like 5-10 minutes something. I mixed up everything and said, but
No,
that
Mataji.
itself is a class. So
Yeah, true. But thank you so much. And thank you.
Thank you.
And of course, wish you a very happy Krishna conscious birthday, Praladananda Prabhu. We are really fortunate to have your association, and we really seek your blessings at every step of our life. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for everything. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mata. Danvat Pranam to all. I feel so emotional. Thank you very much again, Mata.
Prabhu, we have a wish at the end of the class. You'll have to show your darshan.
Just
Parima Mataji, please go ahead.
Yes, Mataji, just to, add to what Priti Vilasini Mataji just said, about the Shivlinga. Actually, long ago, many years ago, like more than 15 years ago, I had the good fortune of going to Puri, even though I was not Krishna conscious at that time. But I think I have had the darshan of the Shivlinga. And there it seems that they worship him as, half of it is Lord Shiva and half of it is Lord Vishnu. That's how they worship there. That's what I had the darshan of that linga. And that's what they say they are like half is Shiva, half is Vishnu. Just sharing, Mataji. And thank
Yes,
you so
Mataji. Yeah,
much.
that's
આપણે
in
ગયા હતા આપણને
combination.
ખબર જ નહોતી સ્ટોરી આપણે એમને એમ દર્શન કરીને નીકળી જતા હતા
I know, you're right, Mataji.
ભુવનેશ્વરમાં.
Samjhay mane. And it's wonderful to hear this story again, and especially Priti Vilasini Mataji. You're such a powerful narrator. It's really wonderful. Everything comes in front of our eyes. Thank you so much for your wonderful association, and wishing Praladandan Prabhuji a very, very happy Krishna conscious birthday, and seeking his blessings for my spiritual life. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat pranam, Mata.
Hare Krishna. Any more questions or realizations?
Mataji, if you can stop share, we can spotlight Praladananda Prabhu.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Sorry. Hari Bol.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare
હરે કૃષ્ણ પ્રભુજી ધન્યવાદ પ્રણામ
Hare Bol, Mata.
Wish you a very, very happy birthday once again, Prabhuji. Please bless us all.
Please bless us. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Good
You're an
Krishna
inspiration to all of us.
You are
Yes.
all my mothers, all right? And I loved my mother so much.
And you are our father.
We
Prabhuji.
are all our
I know.
daughters, Prabhuji.
We are your mothers. and
Prabhuji, we are your
father.
daughters.
Exactly my father's age also.
Yeah,
Really?
exactly.
Right.
Wow.
So we
My,
are your daughters, Prabhuji.
yeah, I know, we are all, we all have met before, and we are all going to meet in Krishna Lok again,
Oh,
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Thank you.
Hari Bol,
Thank you for your
Prabhuji.
blessing.
Thank you so much,
What a very
Prabhuji.
nice
Back to Godhead.
Right,
for us.
Yeah, such a nice blessings.
Etavan janma safalyam, Bhagavatam says, Etavan janma safalyam dehinam ih dehishu, prane arthe dhiya vacha shreyam macharanam sada. So we are all very fortunate. Manushanam sahasresu, we are like that. And our only goal should be to put one another soul in touch with Sri Prabhupada's book.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
That's what is my goal in life. I doesn't. Mukunda Maharaj also, Maharaj praise Mukunda Murdana Pranipratyayache Ekantam Iyantam Artham. Only one thing I want, Ekantam. What is that? Avismruti Tacharnarvinde. Bhave bhave astu me bhavat prasada. Just only, I just want to remember you. That's it. All right. I don't mind to get liberated, this, that. I want to remain in material world. I want to only serve Sri Prabhupada and his mission, and put one spirit soul in touch with Lord Sri Krishna's Hare Krishna Katha. So we are doing all that, and I'm sure Bhagavan Krishna has also promised Nachatasman Manushya Kaschid Me Priyakritam. So we'll all get benefited just by mercy of Sri Prabhupada. So thank you very much, all mothers. Thank you very much.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Thank you so
Hari
much,
Bol.
Prabhuji. Thank you
Hari
so
Bol.
much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji,
Hare
for the
Krishna.
wonderful
Dear
class.
devotee, very wonderful class. We can end the session here. Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna,
Mataji.
Prabhuji.
Hari Bol.
Shakalpataravishta.
कृपा सिन्धुवे
कृपासिन्धुभ्यः
पावनेभ्यो
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
गौरी
नमो नमः
वैष्णवृंद की जय श्रील
की जय
Prabhupada ki jai.
ग्रेस
जय
प्रीति विलासिनी माता जी
Mataji ki
की
jai.
जय
Praladananda
हरे
Prabhu.
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
माता जी
Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु
Hare
जी
वेरी हैप्पी
Hare
बर्थडे
Krishna.
प्रभु